For the last couple months, I've been busy working on a completely different video. This particular video has turned out to be a way larger project than I ever expected, and it became clear to me that it won't be done for some time, either due to a lack of motivation or difficulty. But during this time, my friend Spectakoo told me about a little game called Scavenger SV-4. It's a calm game. You sit in your ship orbiting a planet that you explore by sending down your own little rover. It's a desolate planet that lacks any real danger. Besides, even if there was danger, you're up there in your ship. No harm can come to you, right? If it wasn't clear yet, mostly everything I just said about the game was a lie. You are orbiting an unknown planet, horribly radioactive. It would kill you almost instantly if you attempted to land there. Your only way of traversing the planet is through the use of your handy rover. But radiation and dust isn't the only thing you'll find down there. The planet's surface is very much active, and its inhabitants aren't exactly happy to meet you. Scavenger SV-4 is a wonderfully atmospheric game that is a bit of an unknown gem on Steam. It was made by one man, a passion project. I'll be attempting to not spoil anything relating to the story, but even still, I feel this is the type of game you need to experience and figure out on your own to fully enjoy. So, if so far you feel this game may be right for you, I highly recommend you try it out. The gameplay, while it may look complicated at first, is actually much simpler once you understand it. Scavenger can best be described as a roguelike. If you die, you are dead for good, and you must start a new game. Unlike other roguelike games, technically you can end it right from the start. You can leave on your ship anytime. You'll be given a score based on your health and what you recovered from the surface. In this game, the journey is the main focus, even if that journey can be rather short. The planet's high radiation plays into the gameplay. Every moment you spend orbiting the planet, you are getting hit with a friendly dosage of radiation. So you're on a timer. If you want to stay alive and leave on a survivable dosage of radiation, you will need to take frequent stops into the med bay for treatment. Managing time is very important in Scavenger. Everything takes time to do. It takes time to launch the rover, it takes time to research recovered artifacts from the surface, it takes time to repair or upgrade the rover. Thankfully, you usually have something to do, and for those few moments where you don't have anything to do, you can always play the real game. Dungeon Road! You can't even beat me at this game, Dungeon Road.
I'm the best at it. Yeah, look at that attack.
I am the best at Dungeon Road.
I'm the master at this game. You can't even beat me.
No one's gonna beat me at Dungeon Road.
Fuck! My legacy! All ruined! No!
No! No! My legacy! No! No!
Or go pilot the rover, and worry about things like not dying to radiation or longboys. There he is! Oh, there's a couple of them! Why are there so many? The main gameplay of Scavenger consists of traversing the planet's surface for derelicts to scavenge from. You can find all sorts of things. Some things can be used on the rover, other things may reveal some info on what happened to the planet, and other things might just try to kill you. Combat is an important thing to consider while playing. You are not a tank, you're a little rover. Some fights you may not be able to win. Sometimes the best course of action is to run away. I didn't realize on my first couple of playthroughs that the AI is more complicated than I thought. Some enemies will be sentries to alert others. Some will not be activated until either you alert, attack, or get spotted by an active enemy. Sometimes they don't even attack. I don't know. I don't really care. Is that a person? Hey. Hey. Are you alive? Hey. Hey. Whoa. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just wanted to say hello. Why you gotta shoot at me? Why you have to be mad? So, how's your day going, fellow robot? You good? Oh no. I didn't shoot him down. I don't even have any weapons. What happened to him? There was another one up that way. Did they fight? Did they kill each other? I don't know.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill.
God damn it. It really made the enemies a cool event to deal with. They aren't everywhere, and some of the most fun in the game comes from dealing with them. On a new playthrough, the planet and many other things will change as well. The surface is procedurally generated and can be generated in different terrain styles. Your character's backstory and the story of what has or is happening to the planet is also different on new playthroughs. You can customize your character a bit at the start, give him a name, color the ship, and get on your way to adventure. This little thing kept me constantly curious on what was going on in this desolate world. What happened here? Or is it still happening and I have simply just come along? Are the creatures here alive or are they machines? What am I doing here? Why won't Spectakoo answer any of my questions? The game, while it may not be a horror game, it can at times be scary. There's something about the planet and its atmosphere. The wind blowing by, the strange structures, the inhabitants, the sounds. It all ends up to be unnerving. The camera sure doesn't help in understanding what's going on. The signal and image quality is extremely poor while down on the surface, though I'm sure YouTube's compression looks even worse. It is actually a really neat mechanic in the game. By making things difficult to see, not only does it help create a feeling of unfamiliarity, but it also makes telling what is a threat and what isn't difficult. The graphics of Scavenger remind me of early 3D PC games and PS2 era games like Ratchet & Clank. I'm not knocking that. I like that. There's something about the style of the game that I think makes me enjoy it more than if it was running in Unreal Engine and had bloom everywhere. The atmosphere of Scavenger made me fearful, but curious, and it's that curiosity that usually results in me dying to some flying bastard. This game accomplished what No Man's Sky failed to do for me. It made me feel like I was exploring a proper alien world. No Man's Sky gives you a universe full of planets that are lacking in things to do, while Scavenger provides you with one planet that is begging to be explored many times over to fully experience. Now, that's not to say everything about this game is perfect. While glitches rarely happened, I did experience one glitch that ruined a run and caused my rover to be spawned sideways, causing it to be instantly destroyed. This only occurred to me once, so it wasn't really a big deal. Most other glitches are either graphical or small. One funny glitch that I repeatedly was able to recreate was with the med bay. If you approach it from the back, your character will attempt to get into the pod and will be thrown into the corner of the room. This could probably be solved by either having the character teleport into the pod as soon as it closes, or by having the character move along a set path around the pod. From what I understand, the dev is actually aware of this bug. Again, this is a small thing, and I'm sure it sounds like nitpicking, but I'm finding it really hard to recall any problems I had with the game. The other issues that came to mind, but might just be a personal one, is that the derelicts get a bit repetitive after a while. Maybe adding some more or variation to the current ones in a new update could help with the repetitiveness, though that feels like a personal problem. I did spend more hours in this game than I did to complete Metro Exodus for the good ending. The only other issue I can think of that is not a glitch is the optimization. This game chugs along sometimes on the balanced graphical option. I don't know if it was just me, but running this game on a powerful PC shouldn't be getting 20 to 30 FPS while in the main cabin, but I'm sure the dev is probably aware of it and maybe even working on a fix. Speaking of the dev, this guy has to be one of the most passionate developers I have seen on Steam. He's constantly active on the forum and responds to issues and suggestions almost always. From my understanding, he worked on this game as a passion project for 5 years in his spare time. This game is packed with little details and secrets that show he cared about this game. There's even a full manual for the game. Does Breath of the Wild have a manual? I don't think so. Derek Rule, you'll get my Best Guy award. Yep. There it is. 5 years. 5 years you worked for this. It really is a shame that this game went mostly unnoticed on Steam. Please, if you are interested in what you have seen, then go take a look on Steam. It's $15, but may go on sale sometimes. Not totally sure if that's a thing that happens with this, but it's common on Steam, so hey, give it a shot. Before closing this video, I only have one suggestion that I couldn't help but think of while playing. The options for this game will allow you to configure the rover's default loadout, but the options are very limited, and by limited I mean you can only choose to remove what is in the default rover, not swap anything with other options. I think as a neat reward for getting a good score at the end would be for one of the recovered rover compatible items to be added to the list. It could be given a low value and limited to a certain selection of items, that way nothing too overpowered or game breaking could be gotten. This would give repeated playthroughs for people who have experienced most of the game to experiment with interesting rover designs or ideas. People could potentially make their own category of rover runs with this. Scavenger SV-4 really was an experience like no other space game I had played before. If the developer is as creative as he was for this game, then I think we should all keep an eye out for any other games he may potentially release in the future. Just want to say a little thank you for watching this far into the video. I have a Twitter to where I'm more active on there if you're curious on what I've been up to for the last couple months. I have been working on a video, mainly on No Man's Sky, which is why I mentioned it in this one. But it's a big undertaking, and what started as a small project for November is coming out to be possibly one of my longest videos. But I just want to say thank you for sticking around and watching this one. That's all. Scavenger really makes you feel like a rover.